I had to reset the live stream. I don't think it was set to public, so nobody was jumping in. But if you're out there on YouTube and you want to see what the middle of May looks like, it's up at 9,000 feet. We're almost 9,000 and a half feet of elevation up here in the mountains, and it's all white again, guys. We've had just some crazy weather this year. You can look behind me, there's definitely some clouds still on the horizon. Yeah, we have so much snow right now. I think we're at 6 inches of snow, and it is really wild. Like, can you believe this? Every single week this year, we've had snow. And as soon as it melted, we get another storm. Winter will not leave us alone this year, guys. It is so wild. I've lived in Vermont, okay? I know what a long winter is, but this is the longest winter. I mean, I know it's not winter, but it's wintry weather. It is so crazy. It's like, it was cold this morning. Yeah. Oh, Brad said it was the same in Wyoming. Gosh. I mean, I'm just going to go out ahead and just thank everybody. Anyone that's been following us from last summer, from the wildfires, anybody that's been following us from the fall when the fires just kept spreading and spreading, and everybody was sending prayers. Well, we're getting them now. We have so much moisture. Finally getting all our moisture right now, and it is. I think we're going to be in good shape this year, guys. I can't believe it. So it was just crazy. This morning I woke up and it was 19 degrees on the thermometer. I mean, that is chilly for the middle of May practically. You know, we're two or 3 days away from the middle of May. May in Colorado. Oh yeah, says, okay, Modern Day Primal. I'm used to it by now. It's beautiful. You know, and I was just on a group meeting with folks down the mountain and the Front Range, and they're getting the rainy weather, and they were saying the same thing about we thought this was the state where it was sunny all the time, you know. What happened to the sun this spring? Just a lot of precipitation. And I think if you're Coloradan, you're happy about it because you know you don't want those wildfires. You don't want to have that risk, and you want to prevent it as much as you can. And the spring is your best opportunity to prevent the wildfires from having that risk. I'm taking a walk here, guys. I want to show you around down. I mean, look at this. I got my boots on. My gosh. I mean, it is kind of thick, packy snow. Oh, hey, Don. Hey, how's Philly? You guys at 80 degrees yet? Because I know you're not jealous of this. Holy smokes. But to be honest, it's kind of warm. Yeah, no fires. See, I need to camp. No kidding. We haven't been able to have any kind of a campfire or any kind of picnic or use our grill at all last summer. It was like a constant fire ban up here. But I see a patch of blue. Oh, hi from Texas. Hi, John. Hi. Geez, man. I think I had advertised this live stream, but I forgot to make it public. And so, sorry, I'm just springing this on you guys. But I thought it'd be, when I set the time, I thought it was going to be a blizzard because it was snowing really heavy a couple hours ago. Oh my gosh, Dawn, it was 80 yesterday. I can't. I think I would melt. I'm melting. That would be me if it was 80 degrees. I don't think I can handle it anymore. So a funny thing, looking outside at the second day in a row of snow, I'm sending Brian messages at work going, I'm looking at Hawaii, I'm looking at tickets, when can we go? He's got a sports medicine conference he likes to go to in October, so we're looking at getting our tickets for that. But I'm down at the Beehives, guys. Look at behind me. Poor little beehives. I took the insulators off. Hello from Maine. Oh, hi, Roger. Yeah, gosh, New England, that's perfect right now. May in New England. Look at the icicles off of that poor little beehive. That's so sad. And I took the insulators off, and I felt so guilty this morning when I saw 19 degrees on the thermometer. I was like, oh, now they're probably mad at me but look at how much, they got so much snow around them, they don't even have to worry about getting cold. I've had beehives before. That was last week, wasn't much fun. Oh yeah, too hot, too early. Yeah, you spoil stuff. You know what I heard in New England, you guys know this, is it ruined this maple syrup season. So my family does maple syrup. Aunts and uncles do that, and they didn't hardly get any this year, maybe a quarter of the amount. What a bummer, because it got too hot too early. So when that happens, you really, you ruin your maple syrup harvest. Oh, I got some fur from my hat. So everything's white again, but it's pretty on the trees, you know. Oh, a patch of blue in the sky over there. And, but it's really sticky. You know what I should do is make a snowman. That would just be hilarious. I'll put it up there next to the flag. Make a snowman, gosh. It just, what a shot. I mean, I'm forgetting what time of the year it is because I keep looking out the window seeing the same thing. And we were talking about Mother's Day. I was like, oh my gosh, I almost forgot. I scheduled some kind of meeting and I was like, I forgot it's the spring because I keep seeing white. We've had a handful of nice days. You know, if you're watching and you've seen, I was out there planting seed, which this is actually kind of a good thing for all that clover seed I planted up and down the retaining wall here. Excuse me while I catch my breath. Whew. But yeah, oh, I seen those thumbs up coming in. Guys, hit the like button. Gosh, I got to show more people what it's looking like at this part of the world. 9,300 foot elevation. This is what you get. So, oh, who do we have over here? Who's over here being serious, wanting to play ball? That you have? Okay. All right, we're going to play. So, yeah, it almost never rains here even in the summertime. So if you've thought about Colorado as a place to live, or you thought about the mountains at 9,000 feet anywhere, oh, thanks, Don. If you thought about living at 9,000 feet anywhere in the world, this is kind of, you know, maybe what to expect is that instead of rain, you do get snow as your main form of precipitation, unless you're really into June. I think last week we had a little bit of a blend of rain and snow. So we did have, we did have a little bit of rain, but I feel like I can count on one hand how many times it's rained up here in the 3.5 years that we've lived here, like almost 4 years. It just does not rain very much because in the summertime when it does, it's hail. So it's either snow or hail, and sometimes it rains. I think the last video I made about not building in the summertime, and it was flashbacks, and you could see the water on the subfloor, and it had rained when my dad was here back in, what was that, August, I think. So it rains maybe a couple months out of the year, but a lot of times that's hail. Okay, I'm walking up. There's something that I like to do right now because I feel bad for the critters. So I'm pretty convinced that there's bunny rabbits that live under the shed back there. So I'm going to go in the kitchen. I got some scraps for them that I chopped. I cut up some basil today, so I want to go feed them. So I'll show you what. I'm going to make a video tomorrow a little bit more. Oh, some snow came off the roof. Look out. Okay. So I got my bucket of scraps. This is like the kind of time when the snow kind of jumps off the roof when it gets kind of heavy like that. It looks like it's not really going to, but yesterday it was sliding off the roof like crazy, and I was like, oh, I'm not going out there. It was like vroom, 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 and big sheets of snow coming off. So now I'm going to go and drop off this food, whoops, by the shipping container. So, or I'm going to make a video, just a little bit more of an artistic video about the storm and how it went from, hi from Sweden, a foot of snow Thursday. Wow. I know Sweden gets snow, but I thought it was kind of late in the year for you. I don't know what your season is. Now, there was an entrance over there, but normally I kind of put it by the entrance of the door. Oh, here comes Vigo with the ball. Okay. It's kind of buried by snow. So I just it's kind of like Uber Eats, DoorDash delivery for them, a little bit of food. So we'll see if that's gone in the morning. A lot of times it's gone in the morning when I put some little green out there. Do you think you want to play this game? Okay, here we go. Oh yeah. Oh, you beat me to it. I can't play. You're gonna cheat like that. There you go. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Oh boy, that's so much fun. So And oh, hi Claudio. All right, good afternoon to you. Yeah, it's actually kind of warm. It's about probably 35. I know that doesn't sound warm. It's warm with a hat like this on, okay? So it's warm right now, but tomorrow it's going to be 45 and sunny. Really late, but it seems to be on track. Okay, good, Elizabeth. You can't complain. Fire up a snowblower. Oh my God, it'd probably throw mud, Todd, if I did that. And there was like weeks ago when last time I ran it, but the ground already thawed out, and it was, what a mess. I made such a mess trying to snow blow the driveway. So tomorrow's going to be sunny, 40s, so it's going to melt a lot of it. And then it's going to be 50, 60 by the weekend, so it's going to be history. But I'm just like, I forgot. I think I was famously saying, this is the end of our spring snow. So cold here. Yeah, so cold here. So hot over there for you guys. It's crazy. But if you think about it, 9,000 feet. You're planting your outdoor garden in Idaho. Oh, Derek, geez, you're lucky. Look at my garden bed. I was thinking I was going to be transplanting. Yeah, I hope the seeds don't wash away. My style is a lazy man style. I just kind of throw it out there. And I've done it before like that with the wildflowers, and they come up so beautiful. Like I don't even have to really try, you know? So hopefully the clover works the same, but usually it just kind of sinks in. There's not a lot of like running water drainage, so I don't have to worry about that too much. I think my pom-poms interfering with my microphone. A lawn roller and some sand to throw on top for grip. Yeah, it's just, what a mess. I can't wait until we have a lot more grass, so that way there's not so much dirt. But because a problem that we have here because of the climate is you drive with the tractor around when it's dry, and then whatever grass you had is dead by the end of the day if you make a few trips. So that's what happened to the front of the retaining wall when Brian was bringing up the rocks all summer or fall, and it was pulverized by the end of the job. So it was just pure dirt, which was kind of a good fire break if you think about it, because we had all that dead grass. So it gave us a good fire break, but this is all the moisture that we definitely need. And I have my fingers crossed we're going to have a good wildflower honey year, but I think the bees are a couple weeks behind already. You know, they're like, when are we going to get to go out there? Last time I looked at them, they were bringing in pollen, and I'm wondering if it was from the aspen trees, because the aspens are getting those dangly things, whatever they're called, that's their seed, I guess, before they leaf out. So that's what the aspens were on track to do. But so we're kind of at a partial break. I don't know if we're going to get another round this afternoon. It was snowing pretty hard last night when Brian came home, but I think we definitely got a few inches overnight. It had kind of stopped this morning. It picked up again around noon. It snowed for about almost 2 hours, but it's, you know, they said that the storm was going to be 8 to 16 inches, but it's impossible to measure at this point because there's no real good, you'd have to have a special system that's not getting affected by the warm temperatures on the ground. I mean, the deck you can kind of see up there. It looks kind of deep, right? So maybe it could have been 8 inches, but you know, the sun came out yesterday and melted a bunch of stuff. So the snow that we got earlier on Sunday night got melted. So anyhow, I mean, I don't mind it if it snows overnight and then it melts the next day, and that's fine and we get the moisture out of it. But the mud cycle, the mud cycle. This guy brings in so much mud on his toes, so crazy. But yeah, if you look way up on the hill up there, you see the kind of the fog rolling over the tops, and it makes you wonder if it's really truly over or if there's any more coming. I think they said 3 p.m. Monday to 3 p.m. Tuesday, so we could be wrapping it up actually. But wow, that's it by far. And I haven't had a chance to check in with any other old timers or folks that have lived here. And I think there's maybe some folks that watch the channels from time to time. You can leave me a comment and let me know, have you had this much moisture before in the spring? And I'm talking weekly moisture, because it's been, You know, the last few years, we've had a storm, you know, I mean, like a 6 or 8 inch storm, like once a month, and then maybe like a dusting on a Sunday morning or something. But this has been weekly, weekly delivery. So special delivery. So anyhow, all those prayers caught up. Everybody was praying for rain for the wildfires, and it finally is here. So maybe we'll have a less than fire year this year. That would be nice. And we were talking about setting up one of those gas fire pits with like you could have the stone around it and then the flame, and without having to add any wood to it. I think that would be super nice out here. Like we could eventually make this into a patio area with some rock, and then we could set up like a little fire pit. That would be really nice, I think. I think Brian's thinking the weather is being manipulated. I don't know. I mean, what is weather? Nobody knows what it's going to do, right? Neither the weatherman never knows what it's going to do, right? So, so it's hard to say. I mean, no one's ever gotten it right. Oh, Dawn, the shower. So Brian poured he redid the shower pan. He sloped it, and what's today? Tuesday. Tomorrow night after work, he's going to come home early, and he's going to do the second layer, and then by the weekend he's going to start doing the Durarock. So by next week might be tile action. That would be cool. So he did the hard part. We can put it that way. The hard part's over with. He's got to just put in the second layer, and then we're ready for rocking the walls. So hopefully that happens this weekend. That would be cool. So yeah, but I know we're waiting on summer. But the good thing for me is that I've had other projects I'm working on. I know, Andrew, right? 50% accurate and still be classified as a good job. Weather prediction, right? It's just anybody's guess. Like, oh, we're having some weather coming in. I mean, I don't know. I think Colorado's just one of those states. Yeah, climate change is just, it's ever changing, right? It's just changing around. But, you know, it's not unusual can't wait to use the steam. No, I can't wait. I was thinking about it today in the bathtub because I was like, boy, it's snowing outside. It would be really nice to have a really steam shower right now and be all toasty. But yeah, I think at 9,000 feet, it's par for the course, right? I mean, there's not too many places. Think about around the entire world. Like most places, it snows at 9,000 and 10,000 feet, no matter what time of the year it is. You know, even in the summertime at 10,000 feet, it's snowing. So that's how it is. So that's something that people need to really realize if they're considering moving to the mountains is what is your elevation? Because there's a huge difference between here and in town. In town is 8,000 feet, and they get flowers 2 weeks before us. So they're able to grow things down there. The honeybees do better over there than they do up here because we're at 9,300. That's 1,300 feet higher than in town. Yeah, you're right. Hawaii does sound like a good idea. We have a credit on American Airlines that I went to call in to book a flight, and they said on the automated system, 2-hour wait to talk to a representative. We're very busy right now. Oh my God, guys, what the hell's that? It's just 2-hour wait. I was like, sorry, I got other stuff I got to do. I got meetings and things, so I didn't have time to wait. Maybe I'll hop on after this live stream. But yeah, that sounds about good. Brian he's booked the conference for work, so sounds like his work's going to be getting into sports medicine. Andrew's at 5,600 feet, so that's on par with Boulder, sounds like. So that's a really good growing elevation. That's really good, 5,600 feet. I forget Arizona's got those elevations, so that's nice. I think that's kind of a nice elevation. I don't know, this is pretty high up, and so if you're into growing and you're into gardening, don't get your hopes up at 9,000 feet, okay? That's why we're talking about doing that geodesic dome, because it's a fun hobby, but you know, don't invest too much into landscaping because you only see stuff for 3 months out of the year, you know? So I'm looking more at shrubs and things that will look pretty in the wintertime. Because one thing that's native up here is red twig dogwood. And so in the wintertime, the twigs are bright red, and that would be really pretty. Yeah, Don, there was no call. They were going to text me a number so I could do it online, but I can't book online because it's a voucher. So it's awesome. We got a credit. We got bumped at our flight around Christmas time, and we got some serious voucher money to travel with, but you have to talk to a representative that way. So anyway, I'll try calling back. They're like, wait until closer to your trip. I don't like that advice. You know, they're like, we have people with very serious needs right now, and I believe it, but I don't like waiting to the last minute. So yeah, we're just playing around, and anyhow, just been busy doing stuff. Manure in a wood chipper and heat up a greenhouse and compost for the winter. That's a good idea. You know, if we end up getting that greenhouse, and maybe we'll take a trip this fall or this summer down to Pagosa Springs in Colorado and take a look at those greenhouses and see if we can figure out a way to get one of those going, maybe through the winter. Man, that would be fun this year to do that. That would be a safe place to compost and not really have to worry about the bears. Because my other idea is getting one of those tumbling barrels and then just putting it up on the deck, you know, and that way I don't have to worry about bears. Because right now I've got the hummingbird feeder and a suet cake for the birds up there, and I don't worry about the bears trying to climb up the deck. I mean, they have easier access at some of the neighbors' houses trying to get access bird seed. So I didn't want to keep a compost bucket out here, but one of those tumbling ones might be good. 1 part manure, 10 parts wood chips for compost. Okay. We have unlimited wood chip access from May till October, I think, with the county. So we can definitely try something like that. And we actually probably could rent a chipper because we have a bunch of slash to take care of. So maybe we'll do that. I think that would be a good idea to rent a chipper. So, but yeah. Oh, and well, anyhow, I'll put it in tomorrow's video. I'm going to make sort of like a montage about what it looked like right before this, and then all of the birds and all the critters that were coming out, and then what happened. Like we had a moose come out just the other day, yesterday, maybe the day before. So it was like, oh wow, the wildlife's coming back. So it was really cool, you know. But and now we're all snoozing again. In fact, you'll laugh in the video because poor hummingbird was trying to get to the feeder, and it was snowing so hard on him. And it was, Elizabeth says you live at a high latitude and the same climate, but she's only at 3,000 feet and 500 feet above sea level. Yeah, that's not too high. I used to live about that elevation in North Carolina, 500 feet, maybe less. I think my parents live at 0 because they're right on the lake in Vermont. Yeah, so the elevation makes a big difference, and so yeah, I guess that's the bottom line for today. Elevation makes a big difference because where Boulder is, it's all rain. You know, you can go halfway down the mountain and it turns into rain. So it's just right here where it's white. So that's not too bad, but I guess we're still kind of early in the year for those milder temperatures, and you can still get 30-degree weather. So, but maybe the sun will come out tomorrow and we'll see. Have everything melt and there'll be so much moisture. I almost feel like I need to buy another bag of seed so I can plant some more clover. But by the time it comes up, it'll probably be September for all I know. And he's still chewing away, aren't you? You chewing away in your ball? Okay. Vigo's getting a special package in the mail. One of those companies that likes us to, you know, to promote things. They like to, you had thunder and lightning and rain and hailstones. Oh, I read that somewhere people were complaining about. Was that in North Carolina? I think I saw that. Mud season will never end. No, it goes from mud to dirt. Just mud season, and then it's just like dust clouds. Yeah. Oh yeah, that what you're doing? So yeah, Vigo's getting a little care package in the mail. He's got a chewy toy and then a special water bottle for hiking. We're going to test that out if we ever get to go hiking, because at this point we're going to have to wear snowshoes where we go. Well, I haven't really taken him out in the woods because it's just been constant snowpack, you know. And I'm kind of worried about bears right now, to be honest. You know, this is not really like to. Well, at least with the snow, I can kind of track them. So, hey, Vigo. Yeah, he was bummed that I didn't want to play with him all day yesterday in the blizzard. So, oh, this is like his heaven right here. He just loves lying in the snow and chewing on the ball and playing with it, and he just can't get enough of that. And then poor Brian, who's trying to train for an Ironman, he had to go running Sunday, and the threat was the storm was coming in. Well, was it more than halfway through? I think he was already turned around. No, he had to turn around because he encountered snow on the trails. Elizabeth, you're right, no bugs. We don't have any bugs. It's almost zero bugs, except sometimes we get those really fat flies, those really big fat black country flies. I don't know, they're gross. But they fly around, they make a lot of noise, and they get into the house. So that's the only thing we get bothered by is flies. We don't really have too much of a mosquito problem or any other kind of bugs. I've never even seen bugs in the house. So I guess we save on exterminator costs. Never seen any bugs in the house except a spider. That's it. And sometimes bees get in there. Get more hummingbirds in the house than we do anything else. But look how warm it is, like under the deck. You know, I mean, just the heat coming out from the ground and the mulch and stuff keeps everything warm. Now, usually the snow's sliding off and it lands right here, but I don't see any. I see a lot of icicles on the eaves. So I think the ice guards are holding the snow into place, and nothing's going to start sliding off until we get some real sun on there tomorrow. So probably good for today. But it really was sliding off. Hey, Mark, thanks for the super chat. That was nice. Thank you. Thanks. Appreciate it. But yeah, it's just so silly. Gosh, I can't believe, anyhow, if anyone's interested in visiting Colorado, and we actually have our niece coming to visit. I think she's coming up this weekend. She's helping a girlfriend move up to Denver for college or something. So our niece is coming up. She wants to stay with us. And I said, she's coming up from Oklahoma. And I said, honestly, you need to bring some winter clothes. She loves it. She loves coming up here because she loves being able to wear sweatshirts and hoodies, because you can't, I think at this point in Oklahoma, it's probably too warm for that. But I said, you actually might want to bring your winter boots and a warm jacket more than a sweatshirt. Because, I mean, I think it's just a few days away when she's coming up here. And if she, I'd hate for her to be unprepared with some sandals or some flip-flops, you know what I mean? So it's a big shock when the kids come to visit from Florida. They never seem to have, Lance never seems to have pants. He has like one pair of sweatpants. I'm like, you don't have any other pants? You know how cold it is here in the summertime, even at night? He doesn't bring a jacket. So it's just one of those things, when you don't live in it, it's hard to imagine. It's just hard to imagine. It's just hard to imagine I'm wearing a winter coat right now. It's just, so Vigo. Yeah. I do want to take a walk over here and look for tracks, because sometimes in the snowy days like this, we get the coyotes coming around. And I saw a fox the other day, just over the weekend. I was thinking about this orange, it's like a red fox. I haven't seen it in a long time. And I thought, oh man, this season I never saw the red fox. And I look out the front door, and there it was, running back into the woods. Too quickly. I was trying to find my camera, and Brian said, it's already gone. So then I kind of missed it myself. But usually on the other side of the wood pile here, of course I'm coming at it from the wrong angle. But I just want to peek around and see if I can see any kind of, it's kind of dangerous. Shouldn't be walking on these lumber piles. No, I don't see anything in the woods, but they tend to scamper around here because the rabbits live in this scrub pile and stuff. But I'm not seeing any tracks. But I expect it'll be loaded with tracks tomorrow if I take Vigo out in the morning. Hello from Virginia. Wow, cool. Bet you guys are having nice weather. I had a friend that was going to go hiking the Blue Ridge, and so nice this time of year up there. I used to work off the Blue Ridge Parkway and travel up there in Virginia. It was so pretty. Up in Floyd, Virginia, you know where that is? So that was pretty country. Rolling hills, mountainy. There's a honeybee sanctuary up there too. I used to visit that. And restaurants. So that's pretty country. That was only like an hour and a half from where we lived. Deer in your yard yesterday. Oh my gosh, yes, Dawn. That is, they can jump so high. And they have some old footage. You'll have to look at the playlist of the wildlife. Oh, hi from Australia. Wonderful. Hi, Catherine. Moose they can just from a standstill jump right over a 4-foot fence. I was so shocked. They don't even have to get a running start. They just tilt up and they go over. And Highland County, 3,100 feet. Wow. Where's that? I don't even know what that's next to. Highland County. Is that on the western slope or is that on the Front Range? Are you talking Colorado? I'm guessing. So, well, let me park it by the scenery here. Well, I planted some wildflowers in my little pot right here. That's going to have plenty of moisture. Hi, there you go. He's still trying to play with me. So, yeah. Hi from Kentucky. Hello. Bet you guys are having nice weather right now, aren't you? Yeah, not like this. I mean, it's pretty to look at, but it's kind of like I'm feeling like I want to do something this spring, outside. It's been hard to plan. I keep thinking I'm going to get in the beehives, and it's not happening. It's just not. Okay, he wants to play. Okay, you serious about this? Okay. Yeah. Oh, man, it's so much fun. Jeez. Yep, as soon as you find something else. Allegheny next to West Virginia. Oh, cool. Okay. Okay, got it. Cool, that's neat. Yeah, West Virginia. We drove through there on our way out to Colorado. Yeah, pretty country. But, yeah. I'm just wondering if look, all the snow could be for all summer. Yeah, I have no idea. That would be crazy. Imagine that, snow all summer long. No, it does the weirdest thing here. It goes straight from winter to summer. Like suddenly, it's like, let me add some drama. Like June 1st, it turns into summer. Like you walk outside in the morning in a tank top and shorts and drink your coffee and it's hot and you're getting a suntan at like 7 o'clock in the morning. Like you're warm. So it just goes instantly to summer. It's just the weirdest thing here. And it's like on the calendar, like June 1st, it's just hot as soon as you get outside. I'm just confused because the sun's coming up so early right now that I don't know. I'm like, what time of the year is it? I have no idea. Whoops. Okay, ready, set, go. Yeah. So anyhow, oh, it looks like the fog's rolling in. It's getting darker. And can you see it? Snowing again. Should try to put it against my jacket, but it's just light flakes. It's landing on the phone. Well, I have stuff to do. I've been working on a lot of projects, and it's helping me concentrate on those. Exactly, Eddie. We're going to need a greenhouse. There's no chance. I mean, unless I want to just grow some lettuce for fun. I mean, I grew kale and I grew some pretty good romaine last year. And you know what does grow good? Radishes. And they were ready in a month. So if you like, maybe I'll just pickle a bunch of radishes this year and try to sell them at the farmer's market. So there's a few things you can grow, but don't get your hopes up for having a bountiful garden. In fact, a lot of the people I talk to who move away from here move away because they want to have a longer growing season. Oh, Barb says she just got done mowing the grass. Thomas, so the bees are tucked away. I walked over there earlier and they got icicles on their beehive. I feel so bad. I feel so bad for them. Icicles on the beehive. Look at them in the snow. I took off their insulators and I felt really guilty this morning when I saw it was 19 degrees outside and I took their insulators off. But when I last checked, all 3 hives were alive. All 3 hives had a good brood nest, and I put top feeders in them. I put pollen patties in them. They got all the food they need, and I'm sure there's been no wind, so I don't think they're too cold in there. They got the insulating snow around them, but I feel bad. They're probably hungry. They're probably waiting. Oh yeah, snow's picking up. I knew it was coming back. Your air conditioner's running. Oh, New Orleans. Oh my goodness, Dee. Yeah, you would have a blast. I think we'd break out the sled. We'd slide down this hill right here. Come over. Cheaper option, buying a greenhouse, a cheap sawmill. Yeah, well, Andrew, Brian was talking about a sawmill, and I wouldn't be surprised if he starts saving up money. I don't know what oh, thanks, Barb. This came from a craft show in Denver, and I think I'll have to do some research. I don't know if they're not called trapper's hats. I forgot what they're called, but I think there's a company online selling them. Now you can probably see the snow. You can hear it a little bit. Yeah. So yeah, it's starting to snow again. Oh yeah, look at this. Fog's rolling in. Now you can't. Before, when I started, it was patches of blue sky. Now the fog's rolling in over the hill there. Last night it rolled in so close you couldn't see those evergreens on the other side of the street. So it's just been a back and forth kind of the last couple days, last couple of weeks. It's so crazy. But yeah, it's been the weather's helped me get a lot of projects done inside. I started another YouTube channel based on my nutrition and business, and so that's been fun, doing cooking videos and things like that. Metal plates, plastic panels for the greenhouse. Thanks, Eddie. Thumbs up to you too. Many videos where they're using wood miser sawmills. Is that what Stony Ridge Farmer has? I forget what, he just got one. So we're looking at those. Brian's been watching a lot of sawmill videos, so you know what happens when Brian watches a lot of videos for research purposes. He ends up getting his research. You don't want to stake out too long. I think I'm dressed appropriately though. My immune system's top of the line. So, wow. Yeah, now it's getting snowing a little bit harder, folks. I can catch a snowflake. You know what I should make? That's what I'll do. I'll make sugar on snow. LT15. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Brian he's talked about it before. He's wanted to get a sawmill, because we got a neighbor that has one, but then someone's charging you for like every 10 minutes. I don't know. It's just, you get nickeled and dimed sometimes if you're not really good friends with your neighbor. We have a lot of neighbors. Anybody on the street's a neighbor. So, you just end up paying a lot, and you have to work around them, and you have to do all the communications and stuff. So any New Englanders on the live stream, wood, 360, yeah, I know. Well, we're surrounded by aspen trees, which aren't the best for milling. So we would have to find other people. Outdoors with the Morgans. I think I know who they are. We don't watch them, but I think I know who it is. It's the guy. You know what? I think I know who it is. Yeah, when they were doing some sawmilling, because some of those videos pop up. Yeah, cool. Hi, Jack. Hey, hi, Jack. Zach. Nice. So if any New Englanders know about sugar on snow, tell me. How much is gas? I'm going to be so embarrassing right now, Eddie. I don't know, because I don't even hardly go anywhere. Like, last time I went down to the store, I did not get gas because I didn't have to, but I don't know what it is right now. I'll have to ask Brian. Sugar on snow. Anybody know what sugar on snow is? Am I the only Vermonter here? Come on. A Vermonter living in Colorado. Vermonters, come on. New Hampshire? Anybody in New Hampshire? Massachusetts? Sugar on snow. Canadians, you guys should know. Barb says S. I don't know what that means. Maybe she meant to type something else. Sugar on snow is what you do when you never eat it. No? Well, you don't eat the snow, but I need to find pristine snow that has not been trampled on by a dog. Snow cone, getting warm. Born in Maryland. Okay, maple syrup. Yes, Thomas. Has to do with maple syrup. Ski. Hello from Russia. Oh, where are you? Colorado. Yeah. Do you have snow in Russia right now? No? You're not this lucky? Maybe more north, sugar snow. So this is what you call sugar snow. When it snows in the spring, but normally in Vermont, it's when it snows like in March and April. It's the heavy wet pack snow. And it occurs at the same time as when the maple trees are running their sap. So the only time that maple trees produce maple sap is in the spring, when the temperatures are warm in the day, above freezing, like 40 degrees or warmer, and at night it gets down below freezing. In that period of time, creates maple syrup. So you have to have those conditions. It's got to be 40 degrees, but not too warm. And then it has to go back down to freezing at night. And that's how the trees produce maple syrup. Now, unfortunately, maple trees don't grow at this elevation. They would be perfect if they did, but they really don't. But it has to be, it's not an ornamental maple. It has to be a sugar maple. Sugar maples are what produce the maple syrup. So they call it sugar snow because the maple syrup is running, the sap is running in the trees, the maple syrup collectors, the sap collectors, and my great-grandfather was one. He used to have horse and sleigh up in Vermont. He was an old Frenchman. He would go into the woods with his horses, collect all the sap buckets, bring it back to his sugar shack, boil down the sap, make maple syrup. And I remember when I was a kid, 4 or 5 years old, I used to go visit and he'd give me a hot cup of maple syrup, for a little kid, hot cup of syrup to drink. And that was my treat. And it was really cute. He never spoke a word of English. Elevation, Bat Creek Cabin, we are at 9,300 feet. 9,300. Could be a little bit higher if I climb the hill over there. Maples work, sugar maples have the best return. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, they're maybe the most prolific as far as like producing the sap. And where I went to college, University of Vermont, they have a whole nother method involving vacuum of saplings. They put a vacuum cap over a sapling, they kind of cut the sapling, put a vacuum, and they can extract syrup and increase the yield. Like, I forget how many fold it increases, but it's a whole nother way, not very romantic or traditional way. Oh, Thomas, you're Canadian? Well, you got to know about sugar syrup. My parents used to get maple syrup from my dad's uncle up in Canada, Quebec, and it comes in the little liters there, the little tins. So in Vermont, you get these big gallon things with a handle. You get these giant containers, gallon size, but in Canada, you just get these quart jars and you can buy them by the case. And so I remember being a kid and we'd have these case of Canadian maple syrup. So that's what I'm going to do because I got some Vermont maple syrup. Thank you. Thank you for the compliment. Beautiful property and house. Thank you very much. We are in the process of building our house right now. I mean, it looks like we're done, but we actually have more to build. We want to add on a log cabin extension right here on this side of the house. Red maple syrup. I've never had that. Sugar maples have 60 gallons to sap to get 1 gallon of syrup, and the other maples are 150 to 100 of sap. Oh, so that's the ratio. That's good to know because I remember as a kid we tapped one. Ice cream or ice cube. We tapped one tree and we had a full bucket full, and we boiled it down and boiled it down and boiled it down, and we got about not even a cup of maple syrup out of it. It was so sad. One of those big buckets that you see, but they don't do buckets anymore. It's more high tech now. They definitely use this like vacuum system and tubes, and it's a lot more high tech. So, but that's what I'm going to do. I'll do that, and I will make a video, add it to tomorrow's video. I'll make sugar on snow so you guys can see what it's all about. Because if you don't know, you don't know. Okay, if you know, you know, and you have memories as a kid. But it's like a toffee. It's like you pour it on the snow if you boil it enough, and you turn your maple syrup into a toffee or a taffy. You turn it into taffy, and you pour it on the snow, and you twirl it up with your fork, and you eat it. And then when you get sick from the sugar, you eat a pickle, and then you can eat more. Oh yeah, I've seen Doug and Stacy's. They have beekeeping too. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, this is my 10th year as a beekeeper. This is going into 10 years keeping bees. Can you believe it? So 6 years I spent in North Carolina keeping bees, and now this is my fourth summer up at high altitude. Oh, I know Bat Creek gets the lumber prices are what a crazy thing. We're not in a major rush. The only rush for us is we have a very short window for outdoor building, and so that really puts a limiting factor on things. But this year is a different story for us, not just the lumber prices. Brian's training in a competitive race, Ironman, and Don says he had real maple syrup. Nothing like that in the grocery store. Yeah, especially if you live places where they don't really import that stuff. So Brian's not really available to start building anything until July. And then we have a trip planned in July, so we just don't have a lot of time this summer. So we might be just getting done a lot of really short projects. But if it turns out that it still works out for us to figure out how to do the shed, we want to do the shed. He wants to get rid of that container really bad, the shipping container. So I know he wants to get that done, but I think it's going to be pushing it into winter. Ooh, I hate saying that, but it just, things take so long. And look at the snow. I think you can see it now. It's really starting to get a little bit thicker. If I go against the house, you might see it. Yeah, look at that. Thicker flakes, guys. I wonder how much more we're going to get. I thought it was supposed to wrap up by 3 o'clock, but it looks like it's still going. Oy. So, oh yeah, someone wants to play more. Oy, oy, oy. So that's what I'll do. Tonight, I'll entertain myself with some sugar on snow. I'll make a little video of it, show you guys what it's all about. Vermont pancakes, we made some, Brian made pancakes last weekend. He really stocks up on those carbs before he goes out. Spends 10 hours riding his bike and running around and swimming in the pool. He was gone all day Saturday. So that's coming, we got our trip booked to Idaho. We're gonna be there for their big race, and I don't think I'm going to report live. It might be too hectic, so I want to make it a good experience. I might record, do some live, and maybe we'll do a premiere type video so we could chat with you guys about it. Maybe I'll interview Brian. He's probably going to be exhausted, but what a fun time. I'll tell you, these races are so fun. You get to see some really good athletes come through these races. Iron Man. Oh, someone's an Iron Dog, I think. Whoa. Oh, gosh. Wow. So good. Well, guys, that is the story up here. I think I might jump back inside. Not that it's cold, actually kind of warm, but the snow's getting a little heavier. So if anybody's Colorado Mountain curious and you're really wanting to follow what it's like living at 9,000 feet, give our channel a follow. I mean, we've so far in 3 years have built our house. We've landscaped with a retaining wall. Can't quite see it from this angle, but maybe I'll tip it down this way. We built a retaining wall all the way around our property. I'm keeping bees. We built a rock wall on the other side of the house. We have plans to build a shed to get rid of that storage container. We operate a lot on the tractor. We do almost all of our excavating with the tractor right there. We have a stockpile of lumber all under wraps under the snow. So we know what we have. We'll take one of those conversion vans. Anybody want to sell us one? We'll swap you for some lumber. Okay, we're looking for one of those conversion vans so we can go tour around for craft shows and races. But we do have a lot of OSB sheeting and some I-joists over there in the pile, some plywood. Vigo's living his best life, absolutely. So yeah, guys, stick around with us and we'll keep you posted on Colorado mountain living. The sun's wanting to poke through and it's snowing really hard right now. This is wild. So I don't even know if I'm going to get to plant anything. I mean, maybe in a couple of weeks. So I'll put I've got some things growing in the hydroponics inside. And so might transplant some of the kale into these garden beds that I built last year. So guys, thanks for joining in. I'm glad that to see everybody hop on. I'm glad I restarted the live stream. Oh, thanks, Barb. You've been enjoying the new channel. Yeah, if anyone wants to check that out, Your Inspired Life is the name of my new channel. It's where I talk about healthy living and, thanks, Don, healthy living, healthy eating, and how to stay motivated. Because, gosh, if you know me and Brian can get all this done, it's only for one reason, because we take care of ourselves and it's never optional. We have a solid routine of healthy living, healthy eating, staying motivated, getting good sleep, getting good exercise, and that's how we can do so much. This is how we get it all done. We take care of ourselves and live the healthy lifestyle. I'm a dietitian by trade. I see clients telehealth online, and I help people fix their health with their food, help people figure out how to live healthy, how to take those steps to stop falling off track. So if you want to check it out, feel free, and we'll see you guys next time. I'll put out another video tomorrow of more beautiful footage of the storm and that maple syrup footage. Okay, I know you want to see that. All right, guys, thanks for joining. We'll see you. Bye-bye. If I can figure out how to turn this off.